Years ago, I had a fascination, an obsession with scorpions, and I used to keep and collect scorpions, and then suddenly realised that there was a market for them. So I used to go out west, go out 4-day trips and collect scorpions, bring them back.
To my horror.
And sell them to the pet shops.
Obviously his critter and creepy crawly fascination led to where we are now.
I'd get back with a load of scorpions. I'd ring up all the pet shops, all my previous customers. I'd say, "G'day, it's Jay Turner here," and they go, "Who?" And I said, "Oh, the Scorpion Man." "Oh, the Scorpion Man." And it become a little bit of a sort of a hobby side business. I was out doing a scorpion collecting trip. I came back early. We got rained off, and I walked inside, and Nikki said, she goes, "What the hell are you doing here?" And I said, "Oh, we got rained off. I'm back early. I thought you'd be happy to see me." And she said, "Oh, well, you might going to find it anyway. I've got a pest controller rocking up in the next couple of hours to do a pest treatment." And previously she'd nagged me to get a pest control treatment done on the house, but I've gone, no, I've got too much stuff to lose. I've got too many things they're going to kill. They spray noxious, poisonous chemicals everywhere. And I said, no. But she'd already organised this guy. So this guy rocked up, and so I just started chatting to him. As you can see, my obsession has always been insects, and so the opportunity to actually go out in the field and talk to people all day, every day about insects was just second nature to me, and every job for me was a different pest, a different homeowner, a different scenario, so I just became obsessed with it. So whereas when I had the insect breeding business, I was in a 20-foot shipping container feeding insects 10 hours a day, looking at the same 4 walls, just listening to crickets ringing in my ears. Yeah. So doing the same thing over and over, just packing insects, feeding insects, whereas the opportunity to get into pest control, every couple of hours was a different job. Once you understand the biology of insects, it becomes very, very easy to target your approach to how you're going to manage that insect, that pest. But from the client's perspective, you can stand there and talk to the client and explain to them the life cycle of the actual insect and why you're going to, the way you're going to approach it. And then straight away the client starts getting this comfortable feeling with you and say, hey, this guy knows what he's talking about. And you've got that confidence and that support from the actual client. And then I said, well, hang on, we were prepared to spend, X amount. Well, I think it was actually 160,000 based on the business, on a reputation of someone else. So Nicky said, well, why don't we put, 40,000 into vehicle and equipment, 40,000 into advertising and marketing, do it tough, possibly for, a year or 2 years. But then at the end of it, come out with the business based on my reputation rather than someone else's reputation. So that's what we did. So we
it's pretty scary. So when we started, it was like, oh my gosh, we've got nothing, what are we doing here? And I sort of had a plan. I had a 2-year business plan, and I actually had it all written down, and I had it like a 6-month, 12-month, 2 years, and basically our 2-year business plan hit within 6 months. I love statistics. I like to look into everything. And one of the first things I looked at, well, I guess how many pest controllers on the Sunshine Coast? And at the time there was around about 200 or just under 200, and that was 8.5 years ago, and which was the highest than anywhere else in Australia.
Highest ratio to population.
Yeah. Most people said, what are you doing? Because you're up against all these other people. And I said, yeah, but there's obviously a market for pest control on the coast there because there's so many pest controllers. So that's why we pinpointed. We thought, okay, well, this is a good one to come to. There's a heap of pest controllers. He's like, what are we doing? And I said, no, this is good. I said, obviously there's a lot of pests here. So
most people would say too much competition.
Yep. I love competition though. I love it. It makes it exciting, and I think competition is really healthy in the business because it makes you step up.
50% would be domestic clients, so a normal house homeowner that gets their annual termite inspection and general household pest treatment. The other 50% would be either commercial or strata managed properties. So by strata managed, I mean resorts typically, but also multi-unit complexes. And then, a good 10% would probably be the restaurants along the foreshore that we've got here, and that'll be the bulk of it. We capitalised on our strengths. She's really, really good at networking, or socialising I call it. I'm really good at dealing with insects, and that's what we did. We just capitalised on our strengths and away we went.
So basically within a short period of time we managed to gain confidence of a lot of body corporates, real estates, other tradespeople.
Bella, sit. Good girl.
That was huge because everyone was excited in Laguna Pest Control, and we found that it really boosted the team. And so the following year, being last year, I said to Jay, I'd like to win Pest Manager of the Year, the big one. And he's like, here we go again. And I said, no, I think with the scoring system that we got back, I could clearly see where we were situated on customer relations, marketing, and all the different
Where our weak spots were.
Criteria. And funny enough, one of our weak spots, I wouldn't say it was weak, we got a great score, but one of my lowest scores was customer relations, and that really surprised me because I thought we're really customer focused on, and so that was something that I really had to work on, and I was then able to implement a lot of that into Pest Manager of the Year. And so everything that we sort of lacked, for 12 months I really put everything into it, just so obviously when we submitted that application I thought, right, okay, we didn't get that last year but we're going to put it in this year. And
so it's really helped your business in terms of...
Oh, huge.
Massively.
So it's not winning the award that has benefited the most, it's the submission process which has actually benefited our business the most. So what we've had to implement and put in to our business for the submission is what has actually benefited the business, not actually just winning the award. You get a lot of publicity initially, and it's great within the industry and it's great within our community and people recognise us, but it's those systems and procedures that we've implemented along the way that is where our businesses really benefit from it.
I think that's been one of the reasons why our business has been so successful. As a husband and wife team, we're big supporters of each other, and we do try and...
It's hard to decide who's the brains and who's the brawn, or who's the heart and who's the... Who's the muscle.
He's got the bigger head. He's got the bigger head.